Well, welcome back. Well, there is an organization right here in Nebraska that raises awareness and helps animals that have been abused, neglected, or deemed special needs, or that are at risk for euthanasia. And what they do is they find wonderful homes for these dogs. And it's called the Star Project. And wait to hear why that name was chosen. Here to tell us the story about the Star Project, Charlie Cifarelli and Jen Sanchez, correct?
Correct.
Good morning.
Thank you.
And
Good morning.
look who we had. Charlie, tell us who's on the floor in front of us.
Well,
here.
we have Star, the New York Pit Bull, truly a miracle. A dog that in August 13th of 2012 was reported dead by the New York City Police Department and CBS News. And with a faint heartbeat, hours later, the news had to change their story that the dog became a miracle and survived. And the prognosis wasn't good that first 24 hours, but ultimately she's made a remarkable recovery. Ultimately, she lost her left eye and some hearing, but her story is truly a story of hope and a story that she's come back. And through her struggle, Jen Sanchez and myself started the Star Project, and the Star Project stands for Star and Saving Those at Risk. Briefly, her story is, in New York City, she was paired up with a homeless man who had seizures, and because of the seizures, he had had an epileptic seizure on New York City street. The police did not know what the scenario was. They approached the dog, Star, confused, dazed.
She was
reacted.
guarding her.
She's
She was guarding
gu-
her master, yeah, and
And,
barking when anyone tried to approach.
And she ultimately got shot, so she was the
Yeah.
victim in the whole thing. But the good news
Yeah.
is the miracle starts right after that, because her herself was a dog that nobody wanted. And here she is alive and well today, and numerous dogs across America have been saved in her honor. And then ultimately Jen thought that we have to do more and give back more, and the Star Project was started.
Love that.
That is so awesome.
So the dogs that you're trying to save, Jen, what is it? A typical breed that you're usually finding that are at risk for euthanasia, or tell us the story behind that.
You know, initially I thought that there was maybe one or two specific breeds of dogs that were at high risk of euthanasia. And the more research I did and really dug into talking to shelters across the country, it's really any dog. 9,000 dogs a day are being euthanized, and it's because maybe the shelters don't have space or their owner surrenders. So it's really all across the board. So really any breed, any age of dog really needs a home and really needs some help.
That's staggering.
Yeah, who
That's
knew
sad.
that?
Yeah.
Now, how did Star get from the streets of New York and to a veterinarian to home in Nebraska?
Well, that's where the story takes another twist. You know, it was just a bad situation for the police, for the people, for everyone. And Star was given a new name, and we was given a new name by shelter officials, and she was put in a Philadelphia shelter. And under that new name, she was going to try to be adopted out. But me, as a guy that was not going to see this thing till she was safe, I used all my Department of Corrections experience from that line of work I used to do, and I tracked her down. And then after a little bit of a legal tug of war, we wound up rescuing her and getting her to move. Nebraska has been good for us as two East Coast folks.
Yeah.
We love the good life out here, and we said if it can help us, it can help this dog. And I tell you, it took a little while to get used to the grass. We used to have to walk.
She loves the concrete.
She loves the concrete.
Yes.
And thank God Lincoln has some sirens, because at first it was a little too quiet for her. But
Oh my goodness, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And just an incredible story. And you know, the story goes on, and especially with the pictures of the dogs that you were seeing there. Stay with us. We're going to talk to you a little bit more about the Star Project and why August is so special and how you can help dogs like Star and other ones in her situation. So stay with us, friends.